Okay, so back to part 2. I don't know why the recorder cut out on me. It's all right. So, the larger angle is 3 times that of the smaller angle. Let's just start with the smaller angle, which was just 1A. So, the smaller angle is 15 degrees, right? The larger angle was 3 times 15. Oh, shoot. That's completely wrong. 4 and 90 is 22.5. My bad. So my smaller angle is 22.5. My larger angle is 3 times that. So 3 times 22.5 is equal to 67.5 degrees. I'm going to double check that, make sure it adds up to 90. And we decimal down, and it all checks out. Okay, got 3 more problems. All right, the measure of a supplement of an angle is more than twice the measure of the angle. Find the 2 angles. Supplement of an angle. So I know it's going to be equal to 180 degrees. More than twice the measure of the angle. Find the 2 angles. Okay, so we have an angle plus 2 times another angle is equal to 180. I want you to go ahead and find the measure of both the angles. Okay, let's go ahead and check our answers. As you can see, I've just broken it down in a simple equation, found out what my variable is. So one of them is 60 and the other one is 120. All right. Let's go here with a complement. The measure of a complement of an angle is more than 3 times the angle. Find the 2 angles. Okay, so I know my complement is 90 degrees. I have one angle, and I have 3 times that angle. All right, go ahead and see if you can find the 2 angles. Okay, it looks like we have a repeat of our other problem here, which is okay. All right, make sure you're pausing and getting notes. Our last problem, we have another diagram. So we're going to make sure that we are looking at the diagram and eliminating unnecessary information and only using the information that's important for us. So we have a common vertex right here in the middle. These are the 2 rays right here and here. So I'm going to put little arrows on them. We need to set up and solve an appropriate equation for x and y. Okay? So I have x right here, and I have y right here. Okay? So I think what we can do first is if I'm looking at x, it kind of goes in a little bit here. So it's not going to be 90 degrees. It's going to be really hard for me to solve for x first. So I think I'm going to solve for y first. Because if you look at this is a complementary angle with this box right here. And I have y and 16 making up that complementary angle. So go ahead and set up an equation. So you should have set up y plus 16 equals 90. Let's go ahead and solve for y. Okay, so if we subtract 16 from both sides, that gives me a 0 here. Y is equal to 74. Let's go ahead and label that on our diagram. And then let's look at our other relationship. I'm going to go to a different color here, because now I'm looking at the relationship between x and y. Y ends here, x ends there. So if I look at that closely, I have supplementary angles here. And this was 9. So now I can set up an equation to solve for x, since I know the value of y. So go ahead and set that up and solve for x. Come back and check, see what you get. Okay, as you can see here, I've set up the equation x plus y is 180. I know what y is, so x plus 74 equals 180. We're going to zero out that 74. Balancing the equation, x is 106. Okay, so now you should be able to go in and do some Delta Math practice and also look at some of our task cards and do some practice in your notebook there.